What's up, CCA? Welcome to the last episode of CCA TV Season 21.
This season has gone by so fast, and to commemorate the end of the school year and also the end of this season, all of us will be interviewing different important people around CCA about this past year.
Without further ado, I'm Erik.
I'm Sonia.
I'm Jack.
And this
is CCA TV.
Hi, Sonia. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you. Miss our students.
So I have a couple questions for you as a part of our last episode of CCA TV Season 21. So my first question is, what do you have to say to students as our time on campus has been cut short this year due to COVID-19?
Thank you, Sonia. Well, I go back to March 13th, and I remember there were a lot of mixed feelings on the campus. And when it became a reality, I remember some students were happy, probably thinking that we'd be back soon. It was a little break. And then some were actually sad. And so look, we're here because we serve and support students. And in high school, there's so many activities that we enjoy supporting our students in. So it's been sad to not have that experience. What I want our students to know is we're very proud of you nevertheless. You're not a forgotten group of students. You're unforgettable, and you're going to have a story to tell. So we look forward to a successful conclusion, doing things a little differently. And for our continuing students, we sure hope that we'll be open to normalcy during next school year.
So my next question is, what has been most challenging for you during this time?
I think what has been most challenging is not being physically together to stay connected. You learn a lot seeing and interacting with people that you don't get in a virtual context. And so it's been a challenge to stay connected. I'm thankful for technology and tools like this, but when we first started, it may have been fun and exciting. I think we just miss, reality. So that's been a challenge, and you can tell when students need help when we're together. Now it's kind of like, well, we need them to self-advocate. We need people to report it so that we can help. And so not being together has made that a big challenge.
Mm-hmm. So this next question is kind of a fun one, and it is, what has been your favorite memory from this year?
Okay, so there's some stuff actually happening now at the gala, and what it shows is that our students and our staff in this strange context can be insanely innovative. And then just some other things, like I'm aware of the CCA Minecraft virtual kind of graduation coming up. Again, another example of awesome creativity. And then again, that memory that I have from March 13th, there's a part of my heart that does feel it was a favorite moment, insofar as literally had kids coming up to me saying, I'm really going to miss being here. And that just is heartening because it just shows what a special place this is. So there are still memories to be had. We're not done. And I really look forward to activities coming up where we'll be safe, but having a lot of fun together. So there's still memories to be had.
Great. If you could summarize this past year in one word or phrase, what would it be?
Surreal.
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. Twilight Zone.
My last question is, do you have any thoughts or advice for students regarding the Black Lives Matter movement and all the current events that are happening right now?
I do. I think empathy matters, and I think we need to listen more than we talk. We need to understand. We need to also know that if we've grown up in this neighborhood, this is a bubble, and it's going to be really important to get educated as to what many people are challenged by on a day-to-day basis in other parts of our state and our country, and to ask, how can I help in a constructive, meaningful way? And in that letter that I sent to your parents, I did mean something very sincerely, where I talked about confidence. And I am confident in you guys, that you have the capacity to make our world a better place. And it's kind of emotional for me, but do a better job than we've done. So I trust you guys. And I want to empower you. And that would be my message.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
You got it.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Killeen, for taking time out of your busy schedule to come answer some questions for the last episode of CCA TV. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Sonia.
Bye.
Bye.
I had a great year, and I hope you guys did as well. And I hope that you guys also have a good summer.
Hi everyone, I know school didn't end the way we envisioned it to at the start of the year, but it was a great year nonetheless, and I hope everyone has a great summer.
I hope people are staying safe, and I hope everyone has the best summer that they can have.
Hey CCA, hope you had a great year. Stay healthy and safe.
Thank you to all the teachers and staff for making it a great year. I hope everyone has a good summer and stays safe.
Although we've had an unconventional school year, I still enjoyed being a sophomore this year and can't wait to be a junior next year.
Thank you to all the CCA staff for giving us the opportunity to continue learning from home during this time.
Hey CCA, that's a wrap to the year, and I just want to say I'm so grateful for such a supportive staff and amazing peers.
Hey CCA, I know these are crazy times none of us could have ever predicted, but just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's been working really hard to educate us and keep us doing something during this pandemic.
A good summer!
I had an epic freshman year at CCA.
I'm here with current ASB President Jack Farfel. How you doing, Jack?
I'm good. How are you?
I've been doing good. How have you been spending your time in quarantine, personally?
I've been playing a lot of golf, actually, because it's definitely a sport you can social distance. And then a lot of time with my family since my siblings are home from college.
Cool. Now, I know you went to a meeting with the district board about social distance and social distance learning. Has there been any sort of updates with how the rest of the school year will play out, and also will it affect next school year in terms of quarantining and the virus?
Yeah, well, the main thing that came out of those meetings was the options for students to choose between grades and credit, no credit. They had heard a lot of complaints from parents and students that they should give the option. So the board unanimously voted that they agree and all students have the option to choose that. Other things was just, there were lots of budget things and just kind of prep for next year. Brian Marcus, the deputy superintendent for kind of like education, put a whole plan together for next year with all the different cases, but it's still all up in the air because coronavirus is kind of unpredictable.
And how do you think this year will impact the class of 2020 moving forward?
I think it really just, every student in the class of 2020, their resilience and their grit just is enhanced due to the fact of this. There's a lot of important memories that we didn't get to have, and it's okay to be disappointed and it's okay to like grieve, but we can't dwell on it, and we have to keep going and kind of make our school proud and do the best we can with what we have.
Yeah. And what has 4 years of CCA meant for you as you are leaving?
Yeah, CCA has been everything to me. Obviously, as running for ASB President, I really care about the school and have enjoyed every moment there. CCA will forever kind of impact me, whether that's going to college or just farther in the future. The teachers were amazing. I've learned so much, but I've also made some amazing friends that I will be friends with forever.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, thank you.
Summer camp will likely be canceled this year, so I decided to go camping in my backyard.
Hey CCA, I'm Victoria, and today my sister and I are going to be walking a half marathon. We are doing this as a part of the World Wildlife Fund.
Today I'm going to be making brownies and talking about health.
If you're anything like my family, you really stocked up on everything. So here's some ways to get rid of your excess toilet paper.
I think I've accomplished building the worst blanket fort in history, and I made my room a mess.
Oh, now this is fashion at its finest.
We decided to adopt a few little animals here. Miss Light gave us some eggs to incubate, and we ended up with 4 chickens and 2 ducks. So we have our own little poultry farm right now.
And like a teacher, I didn't have a classroom to have kids to check in with. So I thought with Instagram, I could connect with kids that way.
We're here with Mr. Thornton about this year's graduation parade and other questions. So how are you doing today, Mr. Thornton?
Well, it's a beautiful sunny day in Carmel Valley. I'm doing great. Getting ready for the commencement, which is not a commencement, for the class of 2020.
Firstly, why do you think it's important to still have some sort of graduation, rather than just, canceling the event altogether?
Sure. Well, first of all, earlier in the spring, Mr. Killeen sent out a survey to the class of 2020, and he asked them what they wanted, if indeed we could not have a traditional graduation ceremony. And the lion's share of the students indicated that what they wanted was to preserve the traditional ceremony till there was a time when we could actually do that, but to be recognized in some way, but they didn't want it to be virtual. So the driving force behind why I think it's important is because these seniors believe it's important, and they absolutely have earned the right to be recognized. 14 years of school, 13 years of school, working really hard, and they've come to this point and no fault of their own. It was truncated, and I think that's got to be disappointing, not only for the seniors. I say this often because I know that it hurts them, but their parents, their grandparents, aunts and uncles, friends. This is a big day, June 12th, for all of them. So we feel like we need to do something to recognize their efforts and accomplishments through their K through 12 education.
How essential do you think it is to, keep a sense of community with, all students and teachers and faculty?
Well, I think if this quarantine, sheltered in place, has taught us anything, I think it's taught us that we need each other. We need connection. So I think it is essential that we don't lose the human touch. I think distance learning, we've done it and we've learned some things from it. But I think during that time, we've also learned some things about distance learning that will never, ever be able to be, it'll never be on the same level that what we as educators and you as students can do in a classroom environment on a school campus. I can say, and I think I could speak for our staff as a whole, we miss the day-to-day human contact with our students, and we really miss the senior activities at this time of the year.
And well, finally, just any words to this year's graduating class?
I just want to say to you that I regret, and I think all of us as a staff regret, that we weren't able to provide for you all of the traditional things that a senior class is afforded. And as soon as we can, we are standing by our commitment that as soon as we can safely honor you with a traditional graduation ceremony, it is our commitment that we will do that. To all of you, whether your next part of your life, the chapter that when you turn that tassel and you commence living outside of the world of high school, whatever it is that you do, I wish you the absolute best. You, in my experience here at CCA, you've proven the things that we value. You've proven to be a creative, you've proven to be caring, and you've proven to be an accepting group of young people, and you're taking that into the world. And I, for one, am really happy that it's people like you that are going to make a difference in the world in our future. And thank you for doing that. And thank you for sharing your time with us on our campus.
Thank you too, just for, just faculty, counselors, everything for, giving us seniors just a place to stay and just, community. So yeah, thank you for your time, Mr. Thornton. It was nice talking to you.
I would be remiss if I didn't do this, because I've always wanted to have like a piece in the CCA TV to be able to say, stay positive, CCA.
Well, that's it for this season, CCA.
Thank you so much for tuning into CCA TV Season 21. We had a ton of fun making these episodes for you guys.
And congratulations to all our seniors. Let's go.
So for the last time,
stay CCA.
CCA.
We did it!
How have you been doing, though?
I'm chilling.